Well, hello there, motherfuckers. So I read an interesting story about Apple, and I'm going to share my own personal experience of when I was an iPhone user back when the 3GS came out, when I used a jailbroken 3GS. So right now, Apple is actually slowing down iPhones. You've got that straight. This company, known for being dishonest, underhanded, I mean, they won't even unlock a phone for the FBI, you know, in order to help them solve a terrorism case. They can't even do that. You know, people have different opinions on that. I understand people are probably going to disagree on this video, but I was on the side of the argument that they should unlock the phone for the FBI. Oh, it's about security. Yeah, well, your security's not going to matter when you're blown sky high by terrorists. You know, though I should just put that out there. You know, that's the thing where I think it kind of shuts down that argument. You're giving away freedoms. Yeah, but, you know, you're also going to give away your life if, you know, you don't stop terrorism in its tracks. And so Apple decided it was a good idea not to hand over their security intel to the FBI because, you know, oh, they wanted to show, oh, you know, see, we have pristine security that's unbreakable. Well, that's okay because, you know, most people can't even figure out still how to send an email, even in their 30s. So you can kind of see why it doesn't really matter so much if they just unlock one measly little phone. So they're slowing down these phones, and what's the idea behind it? Why are they slowing down these phones? Oh, well, no, it's a good reason. It's a good reason. It's a wonderful, productive reason, of course. They're not just slowing it down for the hell of it. They said that they want to help you. Oh, did they want to help you? Yes, they want to help you. Because older iPhones have inferior battery life than that of the new ones. So by slowing down your performance on your iPhone, that will, you know, in exchange, give you better battery life. Wow. What is the point of having a slow, inadequate phone? You know, oh, but at least I got good battery life. Yeah, as long as it prolongs the slowness of the phone. Because you're going to need that extra battery life as your phone kind of, you know, almost has a goddamn heart attack trying to perform the simplest of actions. And this right here is bullshit in itself. That's not why they're doing that. They're not doing that to help you out. Oh, my battery life is lasting almost as long as a cell phone from 2003. Anybody remember how long cell phones used to last? I mean, you could, like, keep that iPhone alive for a week if you didn't even use it. Now a phone in standby, I mean, it'll be dead like in a day. But back in the day, I remember when, you know, I was given a cell phone by my parents as an emergency cell phone. You know, that phone would last forever. And they were pretty much indestructible. You could... I remember I once dropped that phone. And it, like, because I was, like, wearing on my belt buckle. I had one of those, like, old school plastic cases that clipped onto your belt. And it, like, fell on the floor and, like, slid under the radiator at high school. And the phone was, like, fine. Not a freaking scratch on that bad boy. So, the thing is, why are they doing this? It's quite obvious. If you have a slow iPhone, well, hey, get the new iPhone. Go get the brand new sparkling iPhone that has its own host of problems. It bends. There's so much security and restrictions on. I mean, the thing is what I understand in this day and age. Why would you even bother with an iPhone? With all the bullshit that Apple pulls, why not get a Galaxy? They're trying to hawk you a new phone. They want you to buy the brand new phone so you could, you know, you could spend $700 on this phone And, you know, you're going to be forced into getting a new phone because you don't want this old broken down phone, which, by the way, has better battery life, right? Because, you know, they slowed it down so much. But you want this slow, inadequate phone, and Apple's going to remind you that you've got that slower model by slowing it down. And here's the thing. You paid for that phone. You're paying for that service. And they are going to try to slow down that phone. Now, I know this is going to get into a bunch of like net neutrality arguments. Oh, you see, Brad, about net neutrality, see how these companies could just slow down your service like that? Well, no, there's competition out there. There's, you know, Samsung is not doing that to their Galaxies. You know, I don't see that happening. See, that's the problem. You see, because it's Samsung. They're not a phone company in itself. See, they just make the Galaxy, and like all the companies put it out, basically. See, Apple, that is like your service. You know, Apple is actually like in charge of that phone. They're always in control of that phone, whether you have T-Mobile, whether you have Verizon. They always have access to that phone, because it is their network. It is iOS. Android, really? I don't think really Samsung has that much involvement. Maybe I'm wrong with that. But it's kind of scary. It's like, you already bought that phone. You already purchased that phone. You're worried about your carrier. And it's not even your carrier, because really, Apple is still your dark master, you know, at the end of the day. So, here's the funny thing about this, what I really thought to myself, is that I remember when I had the 3GS, you know, I couldn't get on Facebook. Facebook would not work for me. And then I went online and I typed into Google, why can't I get on Facebook? I have a 3GS. And then I started to see responses about this. Finally got some answers. They said that Facebook actually, not Facebook, Apple decided to start restricting access to certain apps. This is on the 3GS, by the way, so it ain't a current story in case anybody's panicking. You know, I'm not trying to spread any fake news or being alarmist here. But back in the day, it was 2012. I was wondering why I could not get on Facebook anymore. And this was the reason why. I kept getting error messages. I couldn't get on Facebook, and it was because they were actually shutting down Facebook. I remember I deleted the app 1,000 times. I tried reinstalling it, and I found out it's simply because Apple did not want me to get on Facebook on my old phone. And this is because it was a jailbroken phone. I couldn't upgrade the phone. So this was their way of weeding out people, you know, by doing this, by restricting access to apps with certain versions of iOS. And the thing is, once again, I have to say, I had this phone. It was mine. You know what I mean? I'm the owner of this phone. You can't tell me what to do with this phone. It's mine, okay? You know, I spent money on this phone. I am the owner of this phone. So you can't tell me that I'm not allowed to have Facebook on my phone. I've got to update the iOS. It's my problem if I want to jailbreak your phone, because you're freaking ridiculous with the way how iOS is and how it's so restrictive, and they won't let you have this and they won't let you do that. And the thing is, at the end of the day, you can't even have a ringtone unless it's through iTunes, unless it's a preset. They give you 10 ringtones, right? And if you want to have a certain song, it's got to be in iTunes, right? You can't download Zedge because, well, that's not an iOS app. They won't allow that because they are such DRM whores that they just don't allow anything unless it's like pre-approved and it goes through a fucking, you know, screening process of 1,000 fucking chimpanzees. I mean, it is ridiculous already. I mean, people should just fucking stand up already. And what I mean by this is stop buying the Apple products. Stop it. They're overrated. Back in the day when it was all about MP3 players and stuff, yes, the iPod was king. It was the best. But we should have all known where this was going when iPhone used to charge a fee just for having the iPhone. Remember that? It was a $10 fee, and I remember when all my friends and coworkers were showing me their iPhones and saying that they were paying over $100. Some people were paying a $120 cell phone bill for one phone, by the way, for one phone line. And I was like, you have to be out of your mind. You've got to be out your gall to pay that amount of money. You just have to pay money alone to have the phone, not including the service and the already high price of the phone itself. Well, there you go, guys. So this is Apple's latest chapter in screwing over the customer. You know, they're not including headphone jacks so they could sell Beats. They're slowing down your phone's performance so you'll buy the new one, but they're telling you it's the battery life. So they don't include a headphone jack into a phone, trying to tell you because they're doing it because they're brave, right? They're so brave because they want you to spend $200 on a pair of Beats that are compatible with the iPhone. Go tell Apple to fuck themselves already. They are a rotten apple. And anybody who does business with this company, I mean, shame on you. You should teach these people a lesson. Tell them to go fuck themselves, because we're not going to tolerate their shady business practices anymore. There you go, guys. There's my rant. I'm done for today. Until next time.